I'm a first-time father. I've got two very young children. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And I hope this doesn't sound overly idealistic to you, but for a lot of reasons I'm sitting at your table here today is because of them. My daughter Grace was born 48 hours after 9/11 in Arlington, Virginia. In fact, my wife went on the way to the doctor on the morning of the 11th and to the hospital to come off the steroids. She has asthma, and thought she was ready to go into labor, and saw the Pentagon. Didn't actually see it hit, but saw the effects of it being hit, and came back, and they put her back on the steroids for 2 days on the assumption the hospital would be filled with people who were injured out of the Pentagon. And obviously went through a roller coaster of emotions watching your firstborn arrive at a time when you recognized the world was never going to be the same again, things in this country. And I've been very happy to serve in the Senate and enjoyed my work there, but have come to the conclusion that there's only one place that real change is going to happen. I can offer bills on family and medical leave and child care and this, that, and the other, but the real change in direction is going to come in one office, in my view. And the window's closing so fast that if we don't move aggressively and quickly, I'm very fearful of what kind of a world my daughter's going to grow up in. And I'm very, very worried it's going to be a very different America and a very different world, very, very quickly. And so my vision and hope is that we could be inspired enough as a generation. When I joined the Peace Corps in 1960, been asked a million times why did I join, the only answer I've ever given was because an American president asked me to. And a generation of us, and those who remember those days, it was exciting to be an American. I mean, I had friends who went to Vista, some went in the military, some went to the Justice Department, some went to the Civil Rights Movement, but it had a sense you were being invited to be a part of something larger than yourselves, and that you were going to make this a better place. And I think those appetites still exist very strongly in all of us, but leadership in the country has not invited us to be a part of the answers here. And so I'd like to see us take what I consider to be crises to turn into opportunities. I think the energy crisis is maybe the best opportunity that's come along for us to finally do something on a subject matter where the American public, I think, will support a corporate carbon tax and fuel efficiency standards. As tough as it may sound, if the goal is to get excited again about solving a problem, it's not getting to the moon, but it helps you really say at our watch you and I have been given, which is about this big, what do we do on the watch? And my daughters are going to ask you and me. We're going to ask you too. What did you do? What did you do in the beginning of the 21st century? I don't know if you ever read Barbara Tuchman's book, The March of Folly, where she describes historically civilizations or times when they had clear alternative choices. It wasn't like they didn't know there were better choices and refused them. And the consequences were disastrous for them. And I sort of think if she were writing alive today, a new chapter of the book, this would be one of them. Where there are clear choices for us to get this right, or at least a lot better than it is. And do we have political leadership that's going to be bold enough, honest enough, serious enough about this, mature enough, knowledgeable enough to invite a generation of us to sort of meet that challenge so that child of mine can one day look back and say, we did okay. We didn't do a bad job.